I see your bumper sticker. Is that your story and you're sticking to it? That your child is an honor student? You see, I ask because I have 3 children of my own. 2 of them are currently honor students and the third just isn't of age yet. It concerns me greatly. I want to know that we are not failing our children by allowing them to achieve academic status too easily. I want my children to struggle. Not all the time, but initially, with new items, sometimes I think it's important. I want them to clean their room by themselves first. And when they can't do it, when they need help, then I will come help them. I want them to try and fold laundry and put it away first. And when they can't do it, then I will come help and teach them. And I want them to fail in school sometimes, so the teacher or myself or my wife can step forward and say, "Great attempt, let's work through this together." You see, the loss of the freedom to fail is a crime against the children of this country, but more importantly, I believe it's a crime against society as a whole. Using syllogistic reasoning, we can take the freedom to fail from grade school to grad school. We can demonstrate that a child who is never allowed to fail because of his school and where it may or may not be geographically located and because of the demographics of that school is not taken serious as he grows and gets older and tries to go to a college, only to find that he is not worthy of simply because of where he attended high school. However, our society and our illustrious Department of Education will not allow such a thing. So the college will simply say, "I'm sorry, try again next year." He doesn't want to wait till next year, so he will go to a lesser school where he will be admitted. And as he completes his undergraduate work in that lesser institution of higher learning, that student wants to go on to graduate school. Yet the graduate school of his choice won't allow him admittance because he went to a lesser undergraduate school. He went to the lesser undergraduate school because he went to a lesser high school, and lesser high school because of where he had resided. Because of the fact he was not allowed to fail, it has followed him into graduate school. Let's assume his graduate work is in the field of law. This bright student who was never allowed to fail is now in a lesser law school. He's in the only law school he could get into because he was never allowed to fail and never challenged. And while he may be very bright and could have competed at upper levels in any of the schools, he never had the opportunity because he was never allowed to fail. And at the time that he graduates law school, he will be competing against similarly ranked classmen from other schools. However, the superior schools will put forth students who will in turn get the superior jobs. And so now this student is relegated to a job that he didn't necessarily want, but he's working in the field of law that he chose and quite possibly has a lesser education, lesser training, only because he was never allowed to fail. This young attorney may never achieve the greatness that he could have, may not get to the levels of government service that he could have, may be relegated to a much lesser job where the impact on his surrounding people is not as great as it could have been, simply because he was never allowed to fail and therefore forced to fail. This is important to me because I don't want my children to be in this boat and myself. I am a non-traditional student. I am 42 years old. I will be attending law school next year after 23 years of military service. As I complete my bachelor's degree this year and enter law school next year, I will not fail. I know from a lifetime of military service and being a parent and business owner, society will certainly allow me to fail. It's up to me. And I decided long ago the only way that I can fail is by not trying. This video, for instance, I may or may not get a call saying, "Congratulations, you won the scholarship." However, I didn't fail because I put forth a quality product that you are watching and making a decision about. I have forced you to think about this in an entirely different manner, and that truly is my goal. Therefore, I didn't fail. I only failed if I didn't present this video. So what does the loss of the freedom to fail mean to me? It means that if we allow our nation to continue down this path of giving everyone a trophy so we have no losers, it means my 23 years of military service were moot and for naught because we have failed as a nation. I'm Gary DePury, and I approve this message.